other part of your business, which is the eyewear business, you all had a target of almost 10 million pieces by 23. Of course, that would have been impacted by the pandemic, etc. What is the updated volume target on that one?
Actually, the team spent the last 2 years in really, streamlining the operations of the division and the business, and it shows in the results.
It does.
And it shows in the predictable monthly performance on every line of those results actually. And having done that, having established that foundation and actually created a culture of gross margin, cost, all that I spoke of, now the team is dreaming big from a sales growth point of view, and we'll soon be sharing what we actually are gunning for in the eye care business on that front. But that 10 million target, which was the inspiration which Bhaskar and others had started, is certainly going to propel us in that direction.
What is it right now?
In terms of the numbers,
Volumes?
it's, and I don't know if I recollect, it's about 1.5 million or under 2 million, if I recollect right. From the number of pieces point of view.
Yes. You have a serious amount of cash on your books. The balance sheet has never been a problem for Titan. The group also has a fair amount of strength. Were the need for that capital arise at any point in time as well? Is an acquisition in the eyewear space on your minds?
Nothing at the moment. I think we have reached a fantastic position. The customer value proposition of Titan Eye Plus, which is our brand.
Lenskart, a solid amount of brand equity that they have. They have positioned themselves as people who would like to sell online and now are opening stores offline as well. With the kind of valuation drawdowns that we've seen in the new business space over the last year or so, I'm sure opportunities like this may have come your way as well. Have you ever thought of something like that?
No, we continuously keep thinking about it, because after the investment in Carrot Lane 6 years back, we've certainly become very open to that way of growing. It's just that the right partner, target, whatever you call it, has to come along.
Your market share in the jewellery business has increased from 4 to 5% to about 6 to 7%. What would be your aspirational target, double digit in the next couple of years?
Certainly in the direction. It's actually very difficult to actually pin this down because of the nature of the industry. But our sense, because every month we keep an eye on the key players in every city, and we have a sort of bubbling up of that information for internal consumption to get a sense of that. So if I look at, therefore, in the last 1 year, 2 years, 3 years, 4 years, like that, quarter on quarter, how much we have grown and what the big competitors in each of the cities has grown, that 5 becoming 7 or 8 is through that process of comparison. And if I were to look at it in that same way, yes, should certainly go towards pretty close to 10% in the kind of 2 to 3 year time frame, because of the 2.5x that Ajoy and team have declared also.
How do you position Titan for the new age consumer?
Women are intrinsically excited about jewelry.
Yeah.
Now, some women may have a view on why should I spend sort of tens of thousands on a fine jewelry which is made of gold and diamonds. I can buy something which is made of copper, right? But the store of value aspect of jewelry is so deeply rooted in the Indian, I would say, DNA, that it would take probably 2-3 generations for that to reduce. Which means the success of a Carrot Lane or a Mia is because that on the one hand, they are accessories, and therefore they're part of your makeup, get-up, emotion and all that. But equally, they're store of value.
So is now the next leg of growth in terms of positioning for the jewelry business adornment and beauty? Because you came as a person who was extremely pure. The purity of gold was the first plank, and organized nature of the business. The trust that brand Tata and Tanishq bought with Titan, etc. All of that were the planks that you grew on. Now with hallmarking, a lot of that has been standardized, purity, etc. A lot of the brands have come in as well, some of them in the listed space too.
The Tanishq brand and the Tanishq product have both become much more central to the purchase by Tanishq customers, I would say at least for a decade now, as much as the Tanishq purity. Around the 2012s, 13s, in my own conversations with customers, design started becoming central to the, I buy Tanishq because of design. I buy Tanishq because of brand, right? So today Tanishq is bought for brand and design, and of course Tata and purity, and also for exceptional customer experience and relationships in the store. So while many other companies are listed, many other companies are big and well known on some of these parameters, they are distant from us.
And what about the new businesses that you're seeding? You have skin.
Very excited
Taneira.
about perfumes. Taneira, we want to make Taneira like what we made Tanishq for the jewelry industry in every which way.
You were looking to grab a big market share of a growing market in the jewelry business. But out here, I'm not sure how big the ethnic wear market, specifically saris, high-end ones, are growing at, and what happens to Taneira in terms of growth when you equate it with the parallel of a Tanishq. Can it be as big?
You're certainly right on the point that you make about the Taneira category. The sari market has got disadvantages from a customer profile, who wears saris and the younger women not wearing saris kind of thing. But despite that, the sari industry is very large. In our estimates, it's of the order of 50,000 crores. Okay. Now, women used to, and I'm sure even today, used to buy many more saris than they actually wore, because women are in love with saris. One of the things that we do feel that the sari industry has not done well enough is to actually keep the category current,
Right.
from a wearability, comfort, from a design relevance, from a craft integration into deep design stories and all that, and keep a certain vitality in the category, in the connection with the customer. I think Taneira is seeking to do that, is already doing that, wherever it is, but will soon do it at a national scale.
How about the 20 plus who are not wearing
Yeah,
saris?
so there are 2-3 things sitting there. The 20 pluses, I have 2 daughters, both are in that age group. They know how they feel and how they look when they wear a sari. So, we want to bring in, like if Taneira becomes this brand of choice in an LSR or a St. Xavier's Convocation Day.
Yes.
Where everybody in St. Xavier's in Bombay.
Are you looking at things beyond saris as well? Are you looking?
We already have what do we call SKD, which is Salwar Kameez Dupatta. We have lehengas, but the focus in the next couple of years will be saris.
And is men a part of that?
Not in our thinking at the moment, because it's too much to sort of focus on at one go.
And the perfumes as well. The distribution channel for the perfume.
No, perfumes is challenging. It's in fact very strange that the penetration of EDP, is as low as it is in a country like India. We are wanting to make it a big thing. No particular strategic sort of thrust that I'm able to share at the moment, but we certainly believe in it, and I'm sure soon it'll happen.
And the ladies' bags category, which you've just entered, how's the response been? Because, there was someone to the tune of, VIP as a player. They entered the ladies' bag category as well with Caprese. Found it difficult to, navigate through that market. What makes you confident here?
See, it's wherever it is a product on the person, which makes the person feel good, look good and all that, and where a certain consumer orientation is useful in building much better value propositions, we have done exceedingly well. A bag for a woman is a product of that kind, and we know what we are capable of. We are very confident that we'll transform that industry.
What are your thoughts on international? You have the target of 2,500 crores there. And what are the other categories that are on your mind right now?
The big thing at the moment is Tanishq, but we are also dreaming big on eye care, and we believe that in certain parts of the world it can be a decent sized business for us, and we'll talk about it in concrete terms when you have something concrete to show. But otherwise, the whole idea of forming the international as a separate division was to give the importance to all categories of the company at a CEO level. In India, our focus is to make Taneira much bigger, make bags an exciting category, take perfume to its right levels of scale, take eye care to multiples that you're asking question. Carrot Lane and Mia are booming, so we got enough wearables, the big thing. So in the next 2 years, nothing at the moment that I can.
Mr. Venkataraman, you have spelt out the vision that you have for the company. It was an extremely strong company before, you took over. It continues to be in your able, safe hands, and the vision that you have for it should comfort all the investors about the future of the company as well. 3 years before you turn 65, I believe, have you thought beyond that?
I'm really looking forward to the fun I'll have after 65 years.
And for the company?
Company goes on. The Titan company is bigger than any individual.